Hi there everyone, Alan Zawacki here. This morning I'm at Ken Thompson Park in Sarasota, and I'll be doing a plein air painting demonstration. And you know, a lot of people have this misconception that you have to be an expert artist to do plein air painting, which is basically painting out in nature. And that's simply not true. In fact, it's probably better if you're not an expert artist, because you don't have the pressure of creating a masterpiece when you're out here. You can just enjoy the day and create whatever you want. You know, if it's a painting that you like, that's great. If it's not, hey, no harm, no foul. And you can just enjoy a morning or an afternoon, wherever in nature. So I will catch you on the other side of my channel intro, and we'll get started. I'll talk about how to get out here, and then also what you need to bring to get out here and do plein air painting. So I'll catch you on the other side. Welcome to the Tropical Artist YouTube channel. My channel focuses primarily on creating paintings of Florida and the Caribbean. Some of my paintings are created in my Florida studio, but many are created out on location en plein air in Southwest Florida and the islands of the Caribbean. Some videos will focus on painting technique, while others will be just to enjoy the beautiful tropical environments. And I may sprinkle in episodes on how art and nature affects our emotional health. So I hope you enjoy. So here's a few simple steps to keep in mind as you begin your new adventure of painting out in beautiful Mother Nature. So first, research some locations. Scout out scenic spots in your area. Parks, beaches, forests, even your backyard is a great place to start. Make sure your painting spot is easily accessible. You don't want to be lugging your supplies for 2 miles through the jungle. Test your gear out. Make sure you know how to set everything up so you're not fumbling around when you're actually out painting and wasting time. If nature does call, it's always helpful to have some place to go instead of that little bush over there. And finally, always think safety first. Look for spots where people are around, or bring a buddy with you. Here are some things to remember to pack when you go outside to paint. It'll make your day a lot more productive and enjoyable. So let's get into my plein air painting now. I'll start by doing a quick sketch, and then I'll start to mass in some of the shapes and colors, and then we'll go from there. And instead of talking through the whole video, I'll just come in at certain spots, so enjoy. Plein air painting is all about capturing a moment in time. It's very different from taking hours, days, or even weeks in a studio to create a painting. It's that 1 or 2 hours in nature that counts. It reminds me of the life philosophy of being in the moment, not getting caught up in the future or the past, but being present in the here and now. It also reminds me of a line in the song Dust in the Wind, in which it starts out saying, "I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone." And that's what we're trying to capture in plein air painting, that one moment. You can spend as much time outside doing your plein air painting as you like. Most artists find that maybe an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours is about the time limit that they do their painting in, because the sunlight changes, the angle of the sun changes, clouds may roll in, colors may change because of the light and so on. But the main point for a beginner is just to have a good time out there. The scene that you're looking at is Sarasota Bay, and the skyline of Sarasota is off in the distance. And if you notice the color of those buildings in the distance, they are soft and blue. And that's because of something called the atmospheric effect. And the atmospheric effect is basically the atmosphere absorbing certain wavelengths of light, and the blue light gets through, the red is not. So when you look off in the distance, you're seeing a very fuzzy or soft blue. You can realize that when you see mountains in the distance. They're usually a soft bluish color. So this is very similar to that. With practice, you'll get better at seeing the subtle color changes in the things that you're painting, and you'll also get better at mixing those colors on your palette. The color of the shallow water in the foreground is a little bit more green, so I'm putting that in. Now it's time to put in the tree stump that's in the foreground. It's a more pleasing composition to have something in the foreground, something in the midground, and something in the background. That provides more depth to the painting, so you're looking into the painting. At this point, I was putting in some detail of the reflections of the sun and whitecaps and so on. And later on, a few minutes later, I realized that I was getting too much into the nitty-gritty, and I actually changed it. You'll see the difference in the final painting, but I made a more uniform reflection off of the water, so I think it's better. It's time to add that boat. I don't want to get too detailed, but I want to be able to show that and represent it fairly quickly. That will be my midground focal point. Well, it's time to call it a day. Here's my finished plein air painting. Took me about an hour and a half to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed this morning. See you next time.